amazing. This video is actually a response to my friend's request. My friend Prashant requested me to create another video on graphics. So this video is actually a response to his request. So we are basically going to create some animated circles, some blinking animated circles today. So first let's open up C++. I'm using XP because it supports the full screen mode, and graphics is not executed without the full screen mode. And in Windows 7 it gives me real pain to actually mount it and run it in DOSBox, but those who don't have any other option can go for Windows 7 also. So first let's create a new document. Okay. These are the 4 include files that we need. Let's start with the main section. Okay. Now inside the main, first let's declare a variable. Actually 2 variables, x, 3 variables, x, y and I. So x and y are the x and y coordinates, and I is going to be the radius. It's going to work as a radius. Next, let's define another 2 variables. Detect. This is going to actually detect the graphic mode and detect our monitor. Init graph. We all know this function, init graph, those who are a little bit familiar with graphics, and in the last screencast I explained about this init graph. So the init graph is a function defined under graphics.h, and the values we are passing is passed by reference. Okay, and we have the processing directory tc bin. Okay, it needs very little amount of space to process the graphics, but it does need a space. Okay, so clear device, it's another function defined under graphics, and this is going to clear the screen. CLRSCR is a substituting command for this. This is a similar command to CLRSCR. This is going to clear the whichever device is connected. Next, we're going to get the x and y coordinates. Get max x. This is another function that is defined under graphics.h, and we are actually trying to get the center of the screen. So get max x will get the maximum horizontal height, x height, horizontal width actually, and it will divide it by 2 and assign the value to x. Y, as it can be guessed, get max y, and again it will divide it by 2. So x, now x comma y is our center of the screen. Okay, now set text. We are going to display some text on our program. So set text style. Now the syntax of this set text style function, which is defined under graphics.h, is first we have to define the font, the name of the font, then the direction of the font, in which direction, vertically or horizontally, will the font be displayed, and lastly the character size separated with commas. Now there are different types of fonts here. Default font, which is the 8-bit mapped font, that is default font. You can define default font. Triplex font, that is stroked triplex font. Other fonts includes bold font, European font, and many others. So we are basically going to define the triplex font. Okay, Now the direction. Horizontal. So the command is horizontal. Function is first the x coordinate, then the y coordinate, and then the text, all separated by, all parameters will be separated by commas, and the text what we want to print will be inside inverted commas. So the y coordinate is 30, the x coordinate is 100, and actually what I want to print is press any key to quit. So as soon as the user presses any key, the program will quit. Okay. Okay, I'll type the whole thing and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, now I have typed out all the things. Press any key to quit, and you can see the y coordinates are increasing by 30. So the line spacing, space between two lines, is going to be as small as 5 units or something like that. Now while now we have checked for a condition. If the user presses any key, what will it do? And if the user doesn't press any key, what will it do? While not kb hit. This is another function defined under graphics.h. So this keyboard hit, kb hit stands for keyboard hit. It returns a non-zero value if character is in the input buffer and is ready to be read, and if otherwise it returns a 0 value. So this condition will check that if the character, any character is not in the input buffer and is not ready to be read. That means if the value is not non-zero, that means if the value is 0, okay, then what will it do? Then the following set of functions it will perform. Set color, random color it will choose. Now it will actually print a circle which is filled, not a single line. It will be filled with color. So for that we are running a for loop. I equals 0, I less than 50, the radius of the circle is going to be 50, and I plus plus. Okay, so circle is another command defined under graphics.h, another function defined under graphics.h. The syntax is x coordinate, then y coordinate, and then the radius. Okay. Now similarly we are going to set some color for the next thing. Random color will give the blinking effect. When the program I'm going to execute, you will you, you will see that this blinking effect will be given by the random color that we are choosing. Int j equals 0, j less than, now j is equal to 0, we are giving j is 70, so that the first line that is going to print is start from the 70, and j less than 120. Again, the width of this path is going to be 120, and j plus plus. Okay, so it is going to print a circle, x coordinate with x coordinate, that is the center, y coordinate, the center will be at the center of the screen. This is the meaning. We have already found out the center by get max x and get max y, so this is the meaning. This is what we had found out it for. So again, set color, again a random color it will choose. Now for third radius we are going to define as it as k, int k equals 140, k less than 190. Again, the width will be 50 and it will start from 140, so the difference between the second circle and the third circle will be again 70, and difference between the first circle and the second circle is also 70, so that is to be maintained. K plus plus, a circle will be printed. It will have the center as the center, x coordinate is the center of the horizontal width, y coordinate is the center of the vertical width, and k as the radius. One mistake is there, the radius will not be I, this will be j. Okay, set color, again a random color, for int l equals, now again 70 will be between the two circles, a gap, this is a gap of 70 between the two circles, l less than, this width of this is the outermost circle, this is the outermost circle, this is the last circle, the width of the outermost circle will be 20, so we are just going to say 230, l plus plus, it will increment the l, color, okay, sorry, circle, x, y, and l. Okay, this ends the while loop. This is a loop, and before that we're going to give it a delay of 200 milliseconds, that means 2 seconds, 0.2 seconds actually. Okay, now get ch and close graph. So this completes our program. So I've explained each and everything. Now let's compile. It's one error. Okay, so this is minor spelling mistake. It's going to be init graph, not init grog. And now if you compile, there is no errors, and look at the output. Now take a backsit and look at the output. I'm pressing Ctrl F9. Wow, truly nice. Okay, so all the random colors are being generated: red, black, green, cyan, red, blue is generated. Okay, random color. The text is being displayed here, and as soon as we press any key, the program will quit. Okay, as the program is running in full screen mode, it will return in full screen mode, and the editor will also be in full screen mode. So this is the program. As you can see, circles that are there is truly amazing to the eye. With the limited graphics present in C++, we can do some wonders like this. In further screencasts, I have wished to display more graphic programs of C++ and show you the magic we can do with the graphics. Okay, so this is all for this screencast. You're watching screencast number 8. Thank you.